Welcome to this live. So, dear sisters and womb holders, I got off a call with one of my past clients. I would like to call her a priestess more than a client. And I'll be releasing that eventually, whenever that comes. But you know, the invocation and the initiation of this work is echoes out, and that's why we did that call. It's a few years later, and you know, she's sharing about what's changed for her, how it's still working, and how it's still feeding and transpiring. And now I would, you know, say, interestingly, more is growing from that relationship. But that's for the future. But what a new Temple Arts and Mystery School is about the unknowing and about the trusting. You know, they're the words. I say them, but it's really always great when you hear someone else with the same response. And it's been, you know, it's been a minute, as people say. It's been a minute. Like, you know, hands up if you are feeling like shit. Hands up if you're feeling frustrated. Hands up if you're struggling. Hands up if you're going through a lot of experiences and things are tough. Hands up if you're you know, going through relationship issues. Hands up if you're going through money issues. Hands up if you're going through work issues. Hands up if you're going through health issues. You know, we are going through big issues. And it's funny because issues in the world of dis-ease and body work is the issues are in the tissues, and we have such a range of things that carry us. And the work here in New Temple Arts is very much the ancestral work. You know, I don't put it at the top of my stuff like it's ancestral work, because it is ancestral work, but it's soul work, it's ancestral work. And that means we have to go through this physical body and like transmute the stuff that's coming through and heal it. And because of that, it's quite challenging, and it brings up the scary, scary, scary parts of ourselves. And for each person, it's different, you know, but there's very similar stuff coming up. So like, say, for example, my last event that I had was Tribe Recall 5D. So the fifth dimension, the dimensions that aren't the seen. And, you know, this is a very dimensionality person that I work within is when we experience that, and we know there is deep mystical energy and there's deep mystical knowing, that is just so fascinating. And that mystical energy, which many of you already here know, is also changing. Like, so we have our earth world here that's happening, and there's just so many stuff currently going on. And what about the stuff we can't see? Like, what is going on in the unseen world? That is why the manifestation of what the physical is happening. So when we work in soul work and ancestral work or dimensional work, we have to work through the layers of sometimes someone has to work on the very body work, the body level, basic needs. So different chakras we can relate it to, the root chakra. And then we can work all the way up through them into our higher etheric soul enlightened place. And the chakra system is very handy because most people are understanding that. But when we do this work in the Temple Arts Mystery School, it is every single piece of that path, and a very deep, pronounced piece in that path. And it is like, I feel like even when I'm sharing this, like I feel like a lot of energy in my shoulders and my heart and my back and in my arms, and it's like so much stuff. And when I have this event, a womb witch, so I, have come out as a witch. I've come out as a witch a long time ago. I don't know how long, but, I suppose the minute I started doing this work, I kind of had come out, but it came out, like I used the word witch, the white witch, over, I don't know, the last 10 years. So like, it is really, really like, what is the witch? Like we have this kind of a trending movement now of the witch, and it's great, and the women are coming out, but like, it's like my ears are getting so warm just talking about this. And it's like, so I feel like in this invocation of witch, which I'm really not afraid of working with and really not afraid of showing, and I'm not afraid of my clients being able to step into that. It's really heavy, it's really the stuff that the witches got burned at the stake. They also got burned to the stake for really simple stuff like supplying herbs, which is obviously very public for most people. It's a little bit more acceptable, but the witchy spells that can be occurred are very truth, and the curses that are present, and the hiding that's occurring with that, and the shadow, as we step into the Caileach, the womb witches, we're very much Samhain and the Caileach, and that's like the darkness and so these energies that are very like touching back into a new place. And while our womb spaces are healing from all the manipulation, trauma, man abuse, unfortunately, woman abuse, self-abuse, environmental abuse, and I'm talking about like what often we do to ourselves, and then the outside forces, like our wombs are screaming. And I have done a massive delayering of womb healing for a very long time, from sexual healing, with the world of the plant medicine space, body work, somatic work, counseling, psychotherapy, what else is there? Rituals, womb massage, de-armoring, the sacred horror, healing, the tantra, the yoga, the movement, the dance, like there's so many herbs, of course, earth elements healing, the voice. And there's not just one way to the healing path, but what here in the Anu Mystery and Temple Arts is about healing the wounds so deep in our ancestral, which means that often, if you're anything like me, there's many layers, and you want to go very, very deep, and you're doing this work for your own line, and you're doing this work for your kids, and you're doing this work for the people around you, your community, for the earth. It's your dharma, karma, like it's where you're off to. So when we're on that, it means that we have to go in and feel this stuff, and it sometimes is torturous. It's really torturous, because what happens is you start to dismantle your own belief system, literally, And frankly, the system outside you, or what you're in at the moment, does not want you to dismantle. That's the reality, because they don't want you to dismantle because they know that they have you literally by the womb. And so we kind of have to work really hard to do that. I personally have been going through a really big transformation again. Yes, I am that person, the never-ending healing, because this is the medicine woman path. The witch path is you're tapped into the collective, you're tapped into the knowing of what's going on, you're tapped in, you're feeling it all, and you're then trying to live your life like and inspire people and bring people together and heal them, while you're also feeling the like all the bits and all the yuck and all the like bleh. So you're kind of, you know, alone in some ways, because as a collective of society, it's kind of up here, you know, in this part of the brain that people are kind of, oh, that's terrible. But they're not like embodying the terrible, because they can't, because if they embody the terrible, they stop functioning in their life. So what happens is people that actually are medicine womb holders, just like me and you and other people that are trying to step into the work, I'm talking to people that have not maybe stepped further down the line at this point, you're going to have challenges, and it's why you need people that have been there before you to stand and be like, this is why you have this challenge, this is why you need community, this is why you need to be like, I need to express this. And not even my partner, or not even like, I have an amazing partner comparison to most people out there that are doing work like this. You know, I can say that because it's true. He's doing the work, he's in his practice. We have very open communication. We've gone through a lot of stuff. We're together a long time. And I honestly can say I cannot speak to him about certain things and there's not a resonation, because he's not me, and he's not able to listen to me the same way that someone in this work with the womb could actually resonate with or hold. And so I feel like that needs to be said, because, you know, maybe people have a projection out there that everything is good and everything's perfect, and I don't hide that you know, we in myself and Lucas have a really tough time. We have a really, really tough time. Our relationship this time last year, we actually broke up forever. And it was a big deal, and we have broken up before. Some of them have been breaks and some of them have been proper breakups, and then this one was very big and real and went on for quite a while. So anyway, things shifted, things changed, but like, we have to understand that the relationship that we are digesting in our life is tough. You know, it's tough. And I really want to bring some sound and voice into this, in for the wombs, in for the women, to recommend you signing up to signing up for so nice. Signing up for the mailing list for what's coming in a new Temple Arts. So it'll be only for women and only for the 2025 cohort, and a lot more stuff to rise. Oh yes. So the priest, you know, it is the priestess path. It's the path of the medicine woman, the path of the, you know, what's the mystery school? It's the energy, the healing. The Temple Arts is a little bit more to do with the sacred sexuality, temple keepers, the movement, the dance, but it's not just like ecstatic dance. It's not just so many things. It's much deeper, and that's something that you'll have to come and join to understand the teachings. I have a somatic womb masterclass. I'm calling them womb masterclasses because I don't really like mistress class, because I'm not a mistress of someone else, and I'm not a master because I'm not male. It's a male name, but it's a womb masterclass, so I'm kind of melding that and then kind of taking that for myself. So yeah, it's probably a bit of an invitation in this moment to sit with me, feel your womb space. This has actually been staring at me. It's one of the Peruvian stones. I can't remember what they're called, so I'm going to hold that as that. My sisters, my womb holders, feel this resonance and feel this holding. Share it with your sisters and your friends. Lots to come and share with you. I'm leaving you now. Slánta.